match coming up in just a moment with Lucas and Morton against Valiant and Tojo, was standing here. No identification necessary. The king out here. Jerry, thank you for coming out here. We told him at the very opening of the program, big news today. You're going to be telling us about the official plans for your doctor release and when you can officially get back into action in there. And I already mentioned the unusual bout that will be your opener in there.
Well, this is the day, Lance, that I've been waiting for almost 11 months now. It was February the 3rd when I broke my leg, and I came out here several times and then trips back and forth to the doctor, and I'm sure my doctor's glad to get rid of me. You know, I've been driving him crazy. When can I start? When can I start? So he has finally given me the release date of, he said, you can start back any time after Christmas. So I said, the day after, or the week after Christmas, that's when I'll be starting.
Right.
And I've had, I've tried my leg, tested it out in a couple of towns here and there, and it's feeling really good. And so this will be the first time I'll try any single matches, and I'm just really looking forward to it. And like you said, I couldn't be more pleased with the match that I was able to sign. Naturally, when I went to Eddie Marlin and the promotion, I said I would like my first match to be against Jimmy Hart.
Gee, I wonder why.
Yeah, well, but they couldn't seem to get Hart's name on the contract. Yeah. So what they were able to do, Hart made a counteroffer, and he said, well, anyway, the gist of it, the match that we've got signed is, I'll wrestle an opponent of Hart's choosing. Anybody that he chooses, I don't care who it is. If I win, then right after the match, I get minutes alone with Jimmy Hart, with nobody, no referee in the ring, just me and Jimmy Hart.
Well, you hear the reaction of the people from it. Jerry, I got to say this. You already busted Hart's jaw a couple of times. I would think that would be sufficient.
Well, you would think that, but I don't think that. Let me just explain something to you. It's hard to put into words the feeling that I had with this guy. At one time we were close as friends, yeah. And I think I really feel like that if you don't really care about somebody, if you don't really care for someone, there's no way you have to love somebody to be able to hate them. In other words, if I didn't really care about Jimmy Hart, what he did wouldn't have made that much difference, because it wouldn't have hurt me. It wouldn't have mattered that much. But I did care about him. We were friends. I did it. I'm not trying to sound like a big shot or anything, but I did a lot for Jimmy Hart. He was singing in a bunch of local clubs around town, trying to make a living, and I took him under my wing, and I took him out and put him in the wrestling business, which there's a lot of guys that would give their right arm to be in this business. It can be a lucrative business, and it has been for Jimmy Hart. It has been for me, and I feel like I gave him the opportunity of his life. And one day I went out, played a football game, and broke my leg, and I just wanted to refresh your memory, mine, and everybody else's. I brought the piece of tape. Now, this is what happened. I broke my leg on a Sunday. Now, I waited, Sunday afternoon, the Channel 5 news people, all the TV news people were there. It was in the newspapers, but I didn't get a call from Jimmy Hart all that evening. I couldn't understand it. The next day's Monday. They had the matches there. No call from Jimmy Hart. All week long, I'm expecting. I tried to get in touch with him. They kept saying he's out, he's not in. All week long no call from Jimmy Hart. So the next week, I'm lying there in the hospital bed. And if you roll that film, this is what I saw from Jimmy Hart. Now this will let you know. This will let you know why I'm not content.
In the fact that Lawler did break his leg. He broke both bones, about 6 inches below the knee in the right leg, and a major event. Now I don't think any of us deny. Maybe this man will deny about the tactics that Lawler uses and that sort of thing. But still, he did break his leg. It was an unfortunate thing, and as obviously a great wrestler in the background. We've asked Jimmy, who long before he became the manager, as a matter of fact, was probably Lawler's closest friend and confidant. He was at ringside before he ever became a manager because of his genuine interest in there. We've called him a cheerleader because he's there rooting Lawler on, of course, in the role of manager. He has been more active, if you know what I mean, in the campaign of Lawler, but nobody, I think, is any closer to Jerry. And regardless of what our personal feelings on it, we wanted to go to, so to speak, the horse's mouth and find out from Jerry's closest friend what the conditions of Jerry Lawler and his broken leg, Jimmy.
Are you finally through? Are you through? It's right. Jerry Lawler broke his leg. Big deal, man. Big deal. You know who broke his leg? I'm telling everybody. Jerry Calhoun, baby. Jerry Calhoun broke the man's leg.
Jerry,
But listen, I don't want to talk about that anymore. Listen, let me ask you something, man. If you have a prize racehorse, a thoroughbred, a champion, and he breaks his leg, what do you do to him? What do you do to him, Lance?
Okay.
You shoot him, right? Jerry Lawler is no good to me anymore. He can't make me any more money, baby. He can't make me any more money. The future is now. He's on you.
Hart,
So listen, don't ever talk about him in front of me again. You understand that? I'm serious.
I am not believing what I
Well, I don't care whether you want to believe it or not, but this is the future, baby, and Jimmy Hart's here and Jerry Lawler's not, okay?
You hear those plastic words?
Yeah.
Jimmy Hart's here and Jerry Lawler's not. Well, let me tell Jimmy Hart something. I am here now. And he can make all the threats he wants to. He can tell the people that I will never start back. He can go get Roger Kirby and Mitchell and Eaton, and he can go back and get Ellering, but I don't care who he gets. I'll go through them, and I'm going to get to Jimmy Hart. Because I'm not going to be content until I put Jimmy Hart out of the wrestling business. I was the man responsible for getting him in, and I'm going to be responsible for getting him out. That's as simple as that. He can, you know, I don't care who he gets. I don't care who that person is going to be. I'm going to get Jimmy Hart.
Speaking of Jimmy Hart. Well, at least he knows what he's got in store for him. He said he knows you're going to whip him, Jerry, but you'll have your opportunity after the first match, and you get
I'll tell you what, Lance, it's too good to be true. We'll take
hey, no, come on. Hey, no, come on, Jerry. Lawler in the ring with Hart, and Hart went after him. Hart was hollering. Oh, here comes Bobby. The Angel. Lawler in there dusting some noggins. Well, there's something we waited a long time to see. The King back at it. Here comes Mitchell and Kirby. Mitchell, Kirby, the Angels, Lawler, a man possessed. 11 months of having a chance and brooding and thinking about Jimmy Hart. They've got him surrounded now. 4 of them with the King in there. Let's get it broken up, see if we can get. Here comes Lawler trying to battle away from the 4. Somebody else with a ball bat. Here's Carl Fergie, Jerry's cousin. Lawler's got that ball bat now. Parting gesture. Mitchell throws a chair in, but I don't see him hanging around. Everybody's standing on the outside. Of course, Lawler with that ball bat and Carl Fergie with a chair. Boy, a friend indeed was Carl Fergie. Mitchell making an effort at getting back, but a half-hearted one. Lawler took care of that in a hurry. They're getting Eddie Marlin, promoters, trying to get these guys out of this studio. Fergie standing there with a chair. Lawler with a ball bat. And that's pretty typical of what you might have expected out of Jimmy Hart. He's out here.
Let me just say this. I'm going to keep this. I'm going to hang on to this. And after that first match, Hart, I'm going to shove this you know where, baby.
Okay, it'll be after Christmas, that first match official. That's when the official release date will be. The King, he'll be back in action. And so will we after we take time out for this.